Dragon Quest I, 1986. This is the first ever game released for the Dragon Quest franchise in Japan in Famicom. Dragon Quest II, it's a 1987 Famicom game released in Japan and is sequel to the first game, Dragon Quest I. Dragon Quest III is the third mainline game in the franchise. It was released in Japan in 1988 for the Famicom system. Dragon Quest IV was released for Japan in 1990 for the Famicom system, and it has a re-release for the Super Famicom with a proper version. Dragon Quest V is a 1991 Super Famicom game released in Japan. It's the main game in the series, and it is the first game ever to be released first in Super Famicom system. Dragon Quest VI was released in Japan in 1995. It is a story, distinct story, opposing each other, one in the real world and one in the underworld. Dragon Quest Monsters is the first game for the Monster series, and it was released in Japan in 1998 for the Game Boy Color. Dragon Quest VII was released in Japan in 2000 for the PS1 system. It is the first ever game for the Dragon Quest franchise to be released outside of a Nintendo console system first. Dragon Quest Monsters II is the sequel to the first Dragon Quest Monster. This game was released for the Game Boy Color in 2001. Dragon Quest VIII was released in Japan in 2004 for the PlayStation 2 system, and the game was developed by Level 5 Studios, and the game was the first ever game to use a symphonic suite instead of a BGM music. Dragon Quest Monsters Jokers was released in Japan in 2006. The game is like Monsters game, but with a much more different timeline. It was like a futuristic game for the Dragon Quest Monster series. Dragon Quest IX was released in Japan in 2009 for the Nintendo DS system. It was developed by Level 5, and it is the last ever game to be developed by Level 5 for the Dragon Quest series. Most selling game in Japan for the Dragon Quest series, and no doubt it's one of the greatest games ever made. Dragon Quest Monsters Jokers 2 is a 2010 Nintendo DS game. Dragon Quest X was released in Japan in 2012 for the Nintendo Wii system. Dragon Quest X was an amazing game, and it has taken the MMORPG to another step. Dragon Quest Monsters Jokers III was released in Japan in 2016 for the Nintendo 3DS system.
Inferno Slash! Searing Slash! Searing Slash! Highly satisfying! Inferno Slash!
Dragon Quest Heroes released in Japan in 2015, and this is the first ever game to be a Musou game made by Koei Tecmo Game. The unique original character to it and a different storyline to it.
Searing Slash! Searing Slash! Searing Slash!
Dragon Quest Builders was released in Japan in 2016. This is a game which combined Dragon Quest game and Minecraft system game. It was a unique game to the franchise. Dragon Quest Heroes II is the sequel to the Heroes 1, which is a Musou Dragon Quest game. It was released in Japan in 2016 for the PS4 system, and it will be re-released for the Switch system.
It's not fog at all! It's more monsters!
Dragon Quest XI. It's the 11th main game in the series, and it was a unique game with different style combat developed on Unreal Engine 4. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a 2018 game. It's the sequel to the Builders 1, which is a combined version of Dragon Quest RPG game and Minecraft.
Yes, 行くぞ!
Dragon Quest II Dai no Daiwoken Infinity Strash is a 2023 game. It's an action RPG that will be focused on the Dai and his friend adventure, and it's the first ever game to be adapted from an anime. Dragon Quest III Remake HD-2D is a 2024 RPG game that will be released for console system, and it is a remake for the Dragon Quest III, which was first released in Famicom system in 1988.
「仲間と共に魔王討伐を目指し果てなき旅路へ」「あまたの出会い」「あまたの試練」そしてあまたの強敵たち。 HD-2D で描かれる世界であなたの冒険が幕を開ける。 ここから始まるロトの物語。ドラゴンクエストIII、そして伝説へ。2024年11月14日発売。